Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Norfolk are all within 30 minutes of each other, and picking the wrong one is the most expensive mistake military families make when they are PCSing here. Today I'm breaking down all three cities head to head so you can stop guessing and start narrowing down. Welcome back, I'm Megan Luker. As a 30-year Navy wife and 35 years as a real estate agent, I've helped military families and surviving spouses buy and sell across Hampton Roads. Let's get into it. Let us start with what each city actually feels like to live in. Virginia Beach is a beach town along the coast. You get the oceanfront boardwalk, neighborhood beaches, and that salt air feeling everywhere you go. But once you come inland off the coast, and most of the city is inland, it turns into pure suburbia. You are looking at strip malls, traffic lights, and long stretches of 4-lane roads. That is not a knock. It is just the reality of a big suburban city. Here's the thing I tell families all the time. If you want the beach lifestyle, but you do not actually live on the beach itself, you might be paying Virginia Beach prices just to drive to the beach, which is the same thing someone in Chesapeake does anyway. Virginia Beach does have a downtown, and it's called Town Center. It is newer, maybe 25 years old, and it gives you a few walkable blocks with mostly national restaurant chains. It is a nice area, but it's not what you are picturing when you hear the word downtown. Norfolk is a city with the culture. You have the Neon District, Ghent, with its Victorian and Craftsman houses, the Waterside District on the waterfront, the Chrysler Museum, Harbor Park, and the Norfolk Scope. You will find independent coffee shops and walkable streets all through that part of the city. If you're coming from a real city and you do not want to feel like you've landed in the suburbs, Norfolk is the only one of the three that can scratch that itch. On the north side of Norfolk, you have Ocean View, which is your entry point if you want beach access at a lower price. I just toured a 3-bedroom house in Norfolk for around $250,000 in my Forget Condos video, and that gives you a real feel for what your money buys over there. Chesapeake is a different story entirely, and I am going to be honest with you. Chesapeake has been ranked the most boring city in the country. And here's the thing, a lot of families hear that and they say, perfect, because boring in Chesapeake means safe, quiet, well-maintained neighborhoods with newer construction, more space, and some of the best rated schools in the entire region. Greenbrier is in the north, and it's the commercial hub with shopping, restaurants, and highway access. Great Bridge has that small town charm to it, and Hickory and Grassfield in the south are newer, quieter, and highly rated for schools. I have done home tours in Chesapeake already. One on a no HOA property that nobody is talking about, and another at Hickory Manor where the HOA runs $214 a month, and I broke down whether it's actually worth it. So, which vibe do I like best personally? Virginia Beach. I have lived in the oceanfront for the past 4 years, and I love the beach lifestyle. But before that, my husband and I built a home in Castleton, which is 5 minutes from the back gate of NAS Oceana, and we raised our family there for 22 years. So I have lived both sides of Virginia Beach, the beach life and the suburb military family life. I'm actually going to do a future video on the Castleton area and the pros and cons of living that close to Oceana. The point is, I chose Virginia Beach both times. Norfolk has the most character and Chesapeake has the most peace and quiet, but Virginia Beach has the balance that keeps families here long term. So if that is what the cities feel like, what do they actually cost? Virginia Beach is the most expensive of the three cities. You can find a townhouse or a condo in the mid to high 200s, and single family homes start around $300,000. But the bulk of the Virginia Beach market sits in the $400,000 to $600,000 range. Once you get into the northern sections like Great Neck and Little Neck, you're looking at $650,000 and up. On the water, it is $1 million plus easily. And at the oceanfront, you're talking $1 to $2 million and up. If you watched my BAH Reality by Rank video, you already know that BAH covers a portion of this. but Virginia Beach will stretch your housing allowance more than the other two cities. I also showed you what North End beach homes cost and how military buyers structure those deals in my How Military Buyers Purchase North End Beach Homes video. And make sure you budget for insurance. I covered this in detail in my insurance video called Virginia Beach Home Insurance is Wrecking PCS Buyers. Insurance here runs higher than the national average because of hurricane exposure and flood risk. And you do not want that to surprise you at the closing table. Norfolk is where your dollar goes farthest. On the central and eastern sides, you're looking at $260 to $450 for most homes. A craftsman's bungalow in Ghent will run you around $340 to $350, and coastal houses in Ocean View can come in even lower. If you want something in the Larchmont area, that is Norfolk's premium neighborhood, and you're looking at $400,000 to $500,000, with larger properties going over $600,000. The trade-off across Norfolk is that the housing stock is older on average, so you are more likely to encounter a home that needs updates. Insurance still runs high in Norfolk too because of the coastal exposure and older construction. In my Forget Condos video, I showed you a 3-bedroom house in Norfolk for around $250,000. That is the kind of value that simply does not exist in Virginia Beach at that price point. Chesapeake falls right into the middle on price, with a median home price that sits below Virginia Beach but above Norfolk. And you typically get more square footage and more lot for the money than either of the other two cities. The southern neighborhoods like Great Bridge, Brassfield, and Hickory have competitive school districts that rival what you find in Virginia Beach. A 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath home in those areas run in the $550,000 to $650,000 range. You see fewer million-dollar homes in Chesapeake because there is less waterfront. But if you go to the rural south part of the city, there are custom homes on acreages in the $800,000 to $1.5 million range. Chesapeake also has a strong new construction market. If you want a newer home with modern finishes and a bigger lot without paying Virginia Beach prices, Chesapeake is where that exists. I toured homes there in my No HOA video and my Hickory Manor video. So go watch those if you want to see what your money actually gets you. Now, price matters. But for most military families I work with, schools are what actually picks the city. Schools move military families. I have seen it over and over for 35 years. The base assignment gets you to the region, but the school district picks the city. Virginia Beach City Public Schools are consistently ranked among the best in the state. With 14 high schools, 15 middle schools, and 56 elementary schools, it is a large system and a well-resourced one. If school quality is your priority, Virginia Beach has the most options and the strongest overall system. Chesapeake is where families get surprised. Chesapeake schools carry strong marks across the board at places like Brassfield, Great Bridge, and Hickory. Families who start their search in Virginia Beach often pivot to the Chesapeake area once they compare school districts side by side and realize the ratings are similar, but the housing prices are lower. I see it happen all the time. Norfolk is a different conversation. I'm going to be direct. Norfolk Public Schools have worked hard to improve, but they face more challenges than the Virginia Beach or Chesapeake schools. A lot of the families I work with who are stationed at Naval Station Norfolk choose to live in Virginia Beach or Chesapeake, and they commute into the Norfolk area for their work. Private school is a real option in Norfolk through places like Norfolk Academy, Norfolk Collegiate, and Norfolk Christian, among others. But private school means $10,000 to $25,000 plus a year on top of everything else you are already paying for. Of the 3 cities, I give Virginia Beach the edge for schools. Not because the individual ratings are always higher, but because the sheer number of high-quality school zones gives you more neighborhoods to choose from. Chesapeake is a very close second. And all of that leads to the question every military family asks me: what is the commute actually like? This is the one that makes or breaks your daily life. If you watch my Commute Mistakes That Wreck Military Moves video, you already know that Hampton Roads is a water region with tunnels, bridges, and toll roads. One accident can shut down an entire corridor, not just a lane. Virginia Beach has its biggest issues at interstate interchanges. The on-ramps, the off-ramps, and the I-264 backups. If you are stationed at NAS Oceana, JEB Little Creek, or Dam Neck, Virginia Beach puts you closest to the gate. If you're commuting from Virginia Beach to Naval Station Norfolk, plan on 25 to 45 minutes during morning rush, depending on where you live. The resort area and Southern Virginia Beach will run longer, and the Kempsville corridor and Northern Virginia Beach will run shorter. Norfolk is the obvious commute play. If you are stationed at Naval Station Norfolk, living in Larchmont, Ghent, or Ocean View puts you 5 to 15 minutes from the gate, which is one of the shortest military commutes in all of Hampton Roads. But Norfolk does have more road congestion in the urban core, and getting out of the city during rush hour can be frustrating, especially on the western side. Chesapeake might surprise you here because it actually wins for overall traffic. There's just less of everything, less density, less congestion, and fewer bottlenecks. But here's my warning. If you're looking at South Chesapeake neighborhoods like Great Bridge, Grassfield, and Hickory because of the schools, be aware of the bridges and tolls. The Veterans Bridge is a toll bridge, and the Great Bridge drawbridge can add 10 to 12 minutes to your drive every time it opens. That adds up every single day, and it is not a deal breaker for everyone. But you need to know about it before you commit to a neighborhood. For families stationed at Norfolk, the Greenbrier and Western Branch areas offer a 20 to 35-minute commute to the base. For Oceana families coming from Chesapeake, it runs about 25 to 35 minutes, depending on your specific neighborhood. All right, here's the quick rundown of everything we just covered. On vibe, Virginia Beach is beach plus suburbs. Norfolk is the culture city, and Chesapeake is quiet, safe, and boring in the best possible way. On price, Virginia Beach costs the most. Norfolk gets you the most house for the money, and Chesapeake lands in the middle with the best new construction value. On schools, Virginia Beach wins on volume, Chesapeake is right behind it, and Norfolk families often go private. On commute, Norfolk is the shortest drive to the Naval Station Norfolk, Virginia Beach is closest to Oceana and Little Creek, and Chesapeake has the least traffic overall, but you need to watch those bridges and tolls. Now here's my honest recommendation based on what I see every day. If schools are your non-negotiable, look at Chesapeake first and Virginia Beach second. If you love the beach and an active outdoor lifestyle, Virginia Beach is your city. If you're stationed at Naval Station Norfolk and want the shortest commute, look at Norfolk, specifically Larchmont, Ghent, or Ocean View. If you want the most house for your BAH, Chesapeake or Norfolk will serve you the best depending on which base you're assigned to. And if your spouse wants urban energy and proximity to DoD contractor jobs, Norfolk has that in a way that the other two cities simply do not. If you are still not sure, I always tell people to drive all three cities on a Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. and again on Friday evening at 5 p.m. How a place feels when you are actually living in it matters more than anything you will see in a video, including this one. Now, let me hit a few questions I get asked all the time about these three cities. Can I live in Chesapeake and still get to NAS Oceana quickly? Yes, you can. From the northern part of Chesapeake, like Greenbrier, you're looking at about 25 to 35 minutes to Oceana, depending on traffic. It's not the shortest commute, but it is manageable, and the school and the housing trade-offs make it worth considering for a lot of families. Is Norfolk safe for military families? Norfolk, like any city, varies block by block. Larchmont, Ghent, and East Beach, Edgewater, and Ocean View are all well-regarded neighborhoods with strong community presence. The higher crime numbers are concentrated in specific areas, and this is exactly the kind of guidance I give families every day. Knowing which neighborhoods to focus on changes the entire conversation. What about shopping and grocery stores? Does that really differ between the three? It absolutely does. Virginia Beach has the most options by far, including the only Wegmans in the area, 2 Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods, a Publix, and most of the Targets and Walmarts. Norfolk has fewer options overall, and Food Lion is the most common grocery store you will find there. Chesapeake has solid options, especially in the Greenbrier area, and there is talk of a Costco coming to the old Greenbrier Mall site, which would be a big deal for that part of the city. Next week, I'm breaking down 5 affordable neighborhoods in Virginia Beach that most people do not know about, where they are, what the houses cost, and why military families keep landing in these areas. That is coming next week. If you want to sit down and talk through which city actually fits your family's situation, look below and book a Zoom call with me. Real numbers, real neighborhoods, no pressure. And if this video helped you, subscribe. I post every week breaking down Virginia Beach neighborhoods, PCS decisions, and everything military families need to know before they get here. Welcome home. This is Real Life Virginia Beach.